my lovely people, how are you? Yes, I've missed you too. My name is Seyi Shay. My new album, Big Girl, is out now, so go and listen to it on Boomplay now. Now.
Hi, Seyi Shay.
Hello.
It's good to have you again.
You guys love me as much as I love you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, so I think the last time you were here was last year.
That's right.
Before the lockdown, yes. And a lot has happened.
Yes.
So how have you been?
I've been fine. Honestly, I'm so grateful to God that like life didn't hit me as hard as it did a lot of people, right? So I've been blessed. Thanks for asking.
So you just go back to Nigeria, right?
Just came back, just flew in. One Wami.
The IJGBs. Were you in San Francisco or?
Something like that. Not far actually, not far. I was in London, in the UK, my hometown. Actually my second, I'll call it second home now because Lagos is my first home. Now, I've been in London. I went out there to do some work for my publishing company and also do an album listening for my new album.
Yeah. And the title of the new album is?
Big Girl.
Okay, so tell us about Big Girl.
Big Girl is a compilation of songs that catalog my growth since my last album till now. A lot of people have seen me on TV. A lot of people have seen me online, on social media in the years that I haven't been putting out music. And one thing they may not have realized is that I've been doing a lot of growing, a lot of transitioning, and a lot of evolving. And so Big Girl catalogs those moments, those years, those experiences, that journey that has brought me to one of the greatest times in my life right now, I would say, because I'm surrounded with really amazing people. I know who I am. I'm very confident now as opposed to before when I was very scatty and a small girl and just saying anything and doing whatever it was I felt was I wanted to do without any, So I feel like now I've just come into my own and, I'm not afraid anymore of being different. And like I'm just embracing everything, and Big Girl talks about that. Relationships, friendships, love, money, fame, everything. Yeah.
So why did you choose Big Girl? Why did you go for that name?
I think I just explained that though in my previous answer, but just to maybe like put it in one sentence. I chose the name Big Girl for this album so that I could narrate or explain my growth process over the past few years.
So how many songs do we have on the album?
Big Girl has 10 songs on the album with a few good features. So
who are the people? Who are some of the featured artists?
Features people like One Day Cole, it features Simmy, features Yemi Alade, features Backroad G, and on the deluxe version, which will come out not too long after, some other features. But this one, I think you'll be pleased.
So we are in for a treat.
You're in for a big treat. It's the sound that you guys haven't heard of me in a while. I went back to my roots, which is R&B, soul and R&B.
So let's talk about your growth, because I think the first time I heard you was Simmy. Yeah. So how would you describe your growth over the years from the Seyi Shay we knew then and the Seyi Shay now?
The Seyi Shay of Loving Your Way and the Seyi Shay of Big Girl. Inherently the same people, or the same person, should I say, but I've grown. I'm a big girl now. I'm not Loving Your Way, I was a small girl with an old Papa Youngie, and just doing all this like cute stuff, and it was really cute watching that stuff back makes me so proud actually to see how far I've come. But I'm a big girl now. Then we dey find where we dey, you understand? So where would they make our name? But now I've made my name. I think I've paid my dues, and I think that's what being a big girl is all about.
Nice. So let's talk about 2021 for you. You were one of the judges on Nigerian Idol. So how was being on that platform? How was it for you?
Being a judge on Nigerian Idol this year was one of the most challenging jobs I've ever done in my life, because I had so much backlash. A lot of people were not expecting me to be on their TV screens every day for 6 months, right? They were not ready. But I think by the end of it, you know, I made some great new fans, and, you know, Nigeria, you know, found a sweetheart, because, you know, I'm not a bad person. And I feel like in the beginning, you know, when you have to be strict and find a superstar, you know, for your country, you gotta be firm. But by the end of that Nigerian Idol journey, you know, I fell in love more with my job and the show and my fans, and vice versa. So it was a great experience, all in all. I'm not doing it again though. I don't want to. I'm not doing that kind of thing again. No, thank you. Oh, it was really interesting because a few years ago, 2015, I was performing on Nigerian Idol, and then 5 years ago, 6 years later, I'm a judge. I literally own the shows. It's like, it was really, really another sign of growth, right? Which again kind of explains this whole big girl journey that we're on right now.
So why do you say you're not going back? You won't do it?
No, I think that era is gone. Like, I did it, you know, came, saw, conquered. Like, I'm good. Like, I think it was a really challenging time, and it took like a whole 6 months of my year, right? I couldn't do anything else. Now I'm releasing an album. I'm going on tour. I have loads of other like really exciting things to unravel to the world. So I won't be doing the next season because yeah, I'm a big girl now. We got to move. But I loved it. I'm not going to take that away.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you, I know you mentioned controversies. So how did you handle the backlash because from the first episode, the first episode that aired, you received a lot of backlashes because of how you handled one of the contestants. So how did you handle it?
Generally, I think I hope you guys at home know me by now. I know they concern myself with waiting people to think about me. Do you understand? Like, what I think about me every morning when I look in the mirror is what matters, because eventually people will start to see what you see about yourself. And so I've kept that energy for like my whole run. And so I just went on Nigerian Idol, did the job that they paid me to do, enjoyed every minute of it, and by the end of the show, everybody loved me, and I loved everybody because they knew that what I was doing, by being quite firm but also honest, and it was necessary, right? It was necessary. Reality is my middle name. Honest. I'm too real. Like, don't hate me. I mean, look, I haven't released an album in like 5 years or 6 years, but I haven't been away. Does it feel like I've been away? You tell me. Nod or shake. Does it feel like I've been away? I used to singing my songs since then. It's a great thing to be. It's just a great thing to be alive and to have space and room to grow. And that's what I spent the last 5 years doing, Not everybody has the opportunity to say that, oh, okay, they can, they haven't released a song an album in 5 years, but I've been releasing songs in between. Not everybody has the opportunity to say, oh, I haven't released an album in 5 years and I'm still relevant, right? So I think that's part of the growth I've been doing. Discovering myself, discovering new strengths, discovering new areas, going through different relationships with people, and also doing other things than music. I starred in Lara and the Beats, which is on Netflix. You know, I did a few campaigns throughout the years with up and coming artists with the Seyi Shay challenge. So like, you know, I worked with females on an initiative that I had, and I'm working with kids, my orphanage, Kent Homes, and I've just been discovering myself, you know, taking time to kind of like go back to the drawing board. And in between then, I released Yolo Yolo, I released Pepe, I released Toale, I released songs that I was experimenting with, see if they hit or if they didn't, you know. And it was good it's just good that I took those years to really find myself. And with Big Girl, I can say I have really found myself. Some will say I've gone back to square one, to the drawing board of Right Now, Murda, all those kind of R&B songs. And when you listen to the album, you can decide for yourself. The most interesting thing about working on this album, Big Girl, was the team of people that it took to put the project together. I partnered with a company called Jones Worldwide on this particular project, and they are extremely good at A&R. They have an air that, to hear the things that me myself I wouldn't necessarily have heard, even though R&B is my core. So they came with a different angle of things. So it's really hard for me to trust them. You know, I'm stubborn, so it's like very hard. I'm just, you know, everybody knows that. But it was very hard for me to trust them in the beginning. But then when I finally heard the finished product, I was really, really happy about it. So it was really interesting to see even my growth within the growth, you know, of trusting other people for once, right? And letting them kind of take the lead in my sound and in my image and my branding, you know. That's probably the most interesting thing. Not even the features, you know, really no. It was giving the creative control and the creative, you know, juice to somebody else, you know. That was the hardest but the most interesting thing.
Fantastic. So what was the creative process of this album? What was it like?
I've been recording this album for almost 2 years. I've scrapped about 10 songs. I've recorded another new 20. I have enough songs now. If I wanted to do 2 albums, I have enough. I waited a long time for certain features that I wanted. I recorded most of the songs in Nigeria during lockdown last year, and some of my favorite songs came at the last minute. So, you know, the process was like this. It was fun.
Nice. So aside the one with that's the one with Yemi Alade, are there more singles coming out before the main release of the album?
No, the album drops on the 26th of November, and the first single from that album is called Big Girl, which is the title of the album.
Nice. So would we be getting videos?
Yes, the first video is Big Girl too. Yeah.
I'm already picturing what we're going to expect, because I know your videos are always...
Yeah, we back, baby. We back. I can't wait to shoot a video with some of the features on the album. It'll be dope to shoot a video with Simmy.
We've actually not seen the both of it together, so the synergy that will come from that kind of song, I know it's definitely going to be great.
Yeah. I'm blessed, you know, I'm blessed. Like she did the song. If that's all I get, I'm happy. I love her. I'm a fan of hers. So, but it would be nice to do a video with her for sure.
Okay, so what was it like working with Simmy?
It was Simmy. She and I were not in the studio together, but I know Simmy, and I bonded with her on an online show that she had called Stupid Sessions. That was just before she gave birth. So she and I bonded. When we saw each other, it was like we knew each other, like we were friends since we were little. She's just so real. She's my sister. Our last name is real. So, like, you know, say no more.
Interesting. So I want to ask you, how would you describe the Nigerian music industry now? We know it's a male-dominated one. So how would you describe it?
I don't think the Nigerian music industry is male-dominated anymore at all, actually. I think the females are actually much stronger in this music industry, and this is why I say, if you think about it logically, right? You have in numbers, in terms of numbers, you have more males, right? That are out there in Nigeria. But the impact that the small amount of females are making, shit's all over that, right? So go figure. Do you understand? We have like maybe 5 females and you have like 10 males, right? But when the females do something, they do it hard, right? They go hard and they just take over everywhere, right? Look at Thames, look at Yemi, look at Simmy, look at Tiwa, look at these people, right? They're doing things, you know, and the guys, they're doing amazingly well too, right? But there's so many more of them. So the ratio is, you know, go figure.